Okay, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Mauricio Arango in Colombia, Ernesto in Ecuador, Juliana in Colombia, Marta in Colombia, Christy in Peru, Emily Macias in Mexico, Raj Gill, our president, the president of our association in Canada, Carol in Ecuador, tip for top, I don't know where from. Hello, Luz Marlene in Colombia, Ana Maria Viloria in Colombia, Tania, Harold, Katia in Piura, Peru, and Mauricio Arango, his twin brother in Colombia too. Today is Sunday, the 27th of September, and this is our 24th meeting, 24th?
I'm not sure, but...
Yeah, I guess it's the 24th, yeah.
Oh, like this, yeah.
Yeah, 24th. Yes. Yeah, 24th, incredible, my goodness, 24th. Okay, this morning, as every Sunday, we have a very special guest, a good friend of mine, Mauricio Arango. So before we start, let me say, as usual, something about gratitude. I like to be grateful for everything, every single day. And this is what I found in the internet about gratitude. Can anybody read it, please?
Feeling of abundance. Oh.
Okay. Feelings of abundance, optimism, and positively less stress, better sleep, begin in the moment, empathy, appreciate more, complain less. That's right, very true.
Thank you very much, Christy. Yes, this is one of the benefits of gratitude practice. I like complain less. This is what I usually do. I try to complain less and be more thankful. Well, just a reminder, just to remember, next Sunday, we will start October presentations, and we will have Olenka Villavicencio from Peru. She will be talking about rethinking teachers' digital competences during COVID-19. And also Beatriz Erazo from Bolivia, she will be talking about the very important and interesting topic, critical thinking. And Skip Gold from the USA will be talking about developing teacher reflection through online peer coaching. And the last Sunday, we will have a very interesting morning because we will have guest speakers from Argentina, Ecuador, Peru, Mexico, Bolivia, Colombia, and some other countries talking about challenges and opportunities of EFL English teaching in Latin America and other continents. So this is a photograph of Mauricio and me when we were in Spain. We travel like 16 hours by plane, sitting, walking, stretching to present in Granada, Spain. We had a very beautiful experience over there. And Mauricio has been like 3 or 4 times in Peru, Mauricio?
3 times, yeah. Chiclayo, Trujillo, and
Arequipa. And this photograph was taken precisely in Arequipa. Here we have Monica from Ecuador, Karina from Lima, Peru, don't remember her name, from Bolivia. Isela from Bolivia. These ladies from the United States, don't remember their names. But we have had very beautiful experiences in the teaching. Something that I admire from you, Mauricio Arango, let me tell you, was the blog that you have. I could find any kind of information about presentations all over the world in this blog. Do you still work on it?
Yes, I'm trying to keep it like updated, but most of the conferences that I have there were face-to-face now. I need to update it with this kind of webinars, meetings online.
Okay, do it, please. Well, thank you very much, dear Mauricio Arango. Let me say a few words about Mauricio. Mauricio Arango holds a master's in English Didactics from the Universidad de Caldas. His teaching experience includes language centers, universities, social academic projects, and teacher training for bilingualism projects. Through his presentations, he mainly shares the design and implementation of ELT materials for both face-to-face and online classes, as well as strategies to enhance student engagement and intercultural competence. So welcome, my dear Mauricio, and let's give him a warm round of virtual applauses. Welcome.
Hey, Jaime.
Welcome.
Thank you so much for, first of all, for making it possible. I mean, having these kind of meetings has been really, I mean, wonderful for everybody, not only for me, but everybody who has been attending this every Sunday morning. And yeah, and I just want to mention that I met you, yeah, as I said before, we met in Florencia, Caquetá, in Colombia, in the second international conference in Colombia. And then we happened to be in Granada, Spain. Yeah, it was 2015, presenting a Greta Granada conference. So thank you again for being here with me this morning. So Jaime, I want to get started.
Yeah, you are the co-anfitrión now, Mauricio.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Right. All right. Today I'm going to start by talking about facilitating online teaching through personalized materials. Basically, what I want to do today is to share with you what I have been doing even before this situation we're going through, and how I have been adapting those paper-based resources that I have, and now how I have been using them online. I just want to mention that everything that I'm going to share with you today is going to be for you. I mean, the PowerPoints, the links, everything. So everything, I'm going to send you to you later. Let's begin with these pictures. I mean, these pictures are about like a proposal or some advice that companies give to people. They say, are you too busy to improve? And you can see in the picture how they are like running or carrying things with square wheels. Or you can see also how they are doing this like with a candle, but you have the light. So what I want to do with these pictures is just to let you know that even though we are extremely busy these days, the idea is just to take some advice, some tools that can help to improve our teaching experience, our teaching practices every day. So this is basically what I want you to do. I mean, I know that we are extremely busy, but my goal has been to provide teachers and make things easier for teachers and our profession. Now, we're going to start with something that I learned or I reviewed 3 weeks ago with Professor Penny Orr. She happened to give like a wonderful workshop about 30 tips to teach English. Tip number 3 was share your agenda. So that is what I'm going to start doing now. Share your agenda. In that way, your students, our students, are going to know what is expected from them this day in this class. So, and they're going to have like that sense of achievement at the end of the class. So what we did, what is missing, what is going to be completed next week, and I'm going to show you what is the way that I give my agenda. I present my agenda. Basically, number 1, this is the traditional agenda. Remember when we are face-to-face, we use the blackboard, we write the day with a chalk and welcome, and we write down the items, the things we're going to study that class. So this is number 1, the way I provide, and actually this is a real agenda. These are the activities that I have planned to share with you this morning. We have part in the whole activity, choice boards, and more activities, more strategies. Now, the second agenda, the second way that I share my agenda is a visual agenda. Actually, 3 weeks ago, the Professor Liliana Giraldo from Universidad de Caldas, she gave a great webinar about how to teach English to students with special needs. And she did advise to use visual agendas, not only for students with special needs, but for everybody, even for little kids when they don't know how to read. It's good to provide agendas. So now we have the date. we have the start. So we began 9:30. And then we have some pictures, some pictograms that represent that agenda. We have parent whole, choice boards, number exercise, ribbon activity. And then we have the other activities we're going to see in that class. And at the end, what time are we expected to finish? So in that way, maybe we can avoid students' questions like 5, 6 times during the class. They say, teacher, what time are we going to finish? What time are we going to finish? No, we say that now from the beginning, we show that our class, our meeting is expected to finish at 11. So this is the second agenda. So Blackboard agenda, this visual agenda, and agenda number 3. The agenda number 3 is through a virtual classroom. So this virtual classroom is the one that I'm going to share right now. This virtual classroom, let me show you the link. And what is this all about? So this virtual classroom, the one you are looking at, is a virtual classroom that you can design with your very own things, the things you like. So here you can see that in the virtual classroom number 1, I happen to be in my city. I mean, I am in Medellin. You have the clock, you have the flags, because I knew it that we're gonna have people from Latin America, and so, or even from Canada, from the States. And so this is the way that I can present my agenda. It's more like technological way. So we began from the face-to-face, the common one, that is what the Blackboard, then more visual, and the last one is more technological. Here, you can adapt your virtual agenda based on your likes. What do you like? I mean, for example, I like traveling, so I have the world map. Now I am not in Medellin, but now I moved my classroom to El Peñol. La Piedra del Peñol, which is a huge rock, is like 2 hours from Medellin. So it's a must when you come here to visit. And then I have my board games and everything. So please, when we finish, once we finish this meeting, if you are interested and in creating your very own virtual classroom, just count on me. So this is one thing that I also want to share with you. So this is the way, and this is my advice, and also Professor Penny Ur's advice is just to provide students with agenda. It doesn't matter if we are teaching face-to-face, if we are teaching online, if we are sending students learning guides, but it's really important to have our agenda. All right, so this was like, let's say, part number 1, providing an agenda. Now, when you are designing materials, actually this is my passion, to design materials. We need to take into account some guidelines. So the guidelines are taken from books, from articles that you have read. In this case, there is a good article that I think is, one of the best articles that provides guidelines for designing effective ELT materials. It is from Howard and Major in 2004. So they say that materials should be contextualized. They should encourage interaction. As you can see in the picture, it was taken like 3 years ago. And the idea with these material resources was to promote interaction and also to offer opportunities to integrate language use. All the linguistic skills, plus grammar, plus vocabulary, and have appropriate instructions. It's really important that we include clear instructions in our resources. Also offer flexibility. When I talk about, or they talk about flexibility, is to provide students with choices. So students are expected to have choices. I want to show you some examples later. And be appealing. When we talk about be appealing, it all depends. If we are designing paper materials, they should be appealing. Even if we are using, it's like they are white and black. So they have to be appealing. And also now, if we are teaching online, we can use a lot of pictures. We can use color. This is basically some of the guidelines that I use when I design my very own materials. Now, I want to share with you an activity that I remember. All of the activities, I kind of convinced that all the materials that we use or we implemented face-to-face in our classroom can be, let's say, transformed into technological ones, or vice versa. Technological ones into paper ones. Why? Because our students, I had a class in which 50% of the students have internet connection and 50% they don't have internet connection. So we need to send learning guides. So I kind of make sure that students have the same materials, the same topics. I mean, the idea that we, like, students have the opportunity to, I mean, if they are completing paper-based materials, also the students who are attending online classes are going to have the same topics, the same vocabulary. This is my goal, and this is what I'm trying to do now. So this activity is called Info About Mauro. I mean, you know, my name is Mauricio, but my nickname is Mauro. So this activity can be done in the following way. You have some like small pieces of paper, or here we have like, yeah, these words. So what I'm going to do is, what I'm going to promote is that the students ask questions. Why? Because as you know, we have to reflect on this, is that in our classes, who are the ones who ask 90% of the questions? We are the ones who always design the questions, we write the questions, we are doing a reading exercise, we are the ones who write the questions. So we start asking students, how was your weekend, where are you from? But let's think about it. How often do our students ask questions? So this is a good opportunity for them. So I have, for example, buñuelos. So the idea is that some of you, you know, my students, now you are in the meeting. Tell me, what are buñuelos for me, for Mauro? What are buñuelos for me?
Your favorite dessert?
Okay. Actually, I have a buñuelo here because it's for my breakfast. So buñuelos are really common here in Colombia, especially, I mean, in Medellin, at least in Medellin. So this is like cheese, but it's fried with grease. So this is buñuelos for me. It's my favorite food for breakfast, right? Okay. Who is or who are Ainara and Jose Carlos?
Your favorite students?
Okay, look, but what I'm doing is that Jaime is asking questions. So you, a student, I mean, there are no like good, bad questions, but at then we're going to find out whether or not Jaime was right. I can say, I can keep doing many things and say, Jaime, no, I mean, they don't have, it doesn't have to do with my job, it has to do with my family. And then after more students ask questions, I say, oh, actually they are my niece and nephew in Granada, Spain. And Jaime met my niece and my nephew a long time ago. They were babies.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Okay, what is Buenos Aires?
Oh, it depends on the context we are talking about, because if we are talking about here in Medellin, Buenos Aires is a neighborhood, but Buenos Aires is also the capital of Argentina.
Exactly, so Harold is speaking. That is good. I mean, the students are giving ideas, and this is the idea with this activity. So in that case, I want to say, Buenos Aires is my neighborhood in Medellin, right? So when you're coming to Medellin to visit me, you can say, oh, I'm going to Medellin, and I'm going to stay in Buenos Aires neighborhood. You are more than welcome. So this is Buenos Aires. We have Inca Cola. What is Inca Cola for me?
Your favorite drink?
Exactly. Yeah, it is. So if you happen to come here and say, oh, what is the present we want to take to Mauro? It's so easy. Inca Cola. All right.
Okay. I will take you to Inca Colas.
Okay. So Semilla Bilingüe Kids. So it's a question. I mean, it was like past, present. We're using several topics or grammar tenses. So I can give some kids. Yeah. Okay, this is the current job that I have. I'm taking part in Semilla Bilingüe Kids, which is the bilingual program in Medellin, here in my city. And what is Medellin ELT Convention? What do you think is that for me? Any idea? In this question, you know what I'm trying to elicit from you is tell me something about the future. Yeah, something about the future.
You're part of the board? Are you part of the board?
No, I can say, no, really. I mean, this is like having a conversation. No, really. I mean, this is something about my dreams, something that I want to, is part of my professional bucket list. So I can keep doing the activity and say, okay, actually, Medellin ELT Convention is the convention that I wish I could have in Medellin someday with you, some of you, all of you come here. So look, I'm using things about food, neighborhood, past, present, and future as well. So this is one activity that I do recommend you to develop in your classes. Now, why? Because we can use pictures. If we teach online, we can use pictures, and look, students can ask lots of questions. Now, if we are teaching, when we go back to the school, you're gonna have your blackboard, and what you're going to do is create your very own papers. I mean, because you say, oh yeah, it can be done through technology, but also I can use the traditional way, like with papers, go to the board, and use your masking tape and do the same activity. Maybe without pictures, because you know it's not that easy to go back to school and have the pictures for everything. That is why sometimes we need to take advantage of this situation in that sense that we are more to use pictures of these kind of things. This was the activity that I do recommend. I mean, to start a class, or you can practice many, many things. Now, let's go to start with part and whole activity. As I told you before, I kind of follow some guidelines to design my very own materials. What I'm usually doing is in a PowerPoint, I have 2 pictures or 1 picture. If you are my teen students, I can ask questions about what do you think is that building, how many people are there, how many students. But if we are taking part in a teaching training program, I can ask you, okay, teachers, what do you think? What kind of activity I'm doing there? The students are completing there, or I mean, more teaching-based questions. So it all depends on but you can use this kind of pictures for different kind of linguistic levels. So this actually was in Caldas, Colombia. Now, I'm going to give, when we are doing an activity, you have to take into account like why we are doing this activity, why we are carrying out this activity. So sometimes we have some like info that could be useful. So I say, the activity we're going to do, the parent whole, is based on models. I can have this kind of information. We say, oh, right, I knew it that the principle, based on these studies from Al-Suhairim and Katani in the Central University of Florida, they found that in academic writing, simple present is used 50%, simple past 29%, models 10%, present perfect 5%. So in this activity, it's going to be focused on models. So I'm kind of promoting also this kind of topic in my classes. And I use my grammar book, and I'm going to practice with the students before doing the activity. Okay, guys, I'm going to explain. It is, if you are 100% sure, you can use you could be, it might be. And after practicing, we are kind of ready. We are ready for the activity. We are ready for that. Okay, always we are expected to provide examples to a student. So this is the example. And as you can see, this is the example. I say, guys, you have a small piece of paper of a picture. Please, before giving the answer, just think, what do you think is that? So this is an example. And the example is, students are going to say, teacher, this is a leon. I mean, they're going to start maybe saying leon, lion, leon. And then we're going to say, okay, guys, yeah, this is a lion. Mufasa from the Lion King. In this activity, we are taking really into account what children like, because they love this movie, The Lion King. That is why.
Me too.
You too. So Jaime, so look, what Jaime is saying is that it can work not only for kids but also for adults. Okay,
grandparents.
Exactly. So this is the example. Now, Jaime, let's get ready with the real activity. Okay, what are those? What do you think?
Anybody, please?
In the chat, you can write in the chat. Yeah. So, and balloon. Exactly here, what we can practice is colors. Maybe we can ask how many balloons are there. Oh, teacher, it's a crazy question, but no, let's give some ideas. How many balloons are there? Now, what is this? What is that? It's a place. Maybe our students are going to complain, no, it's really tough, but this is the goal of the activity. Provide some ideas. If we don't know, I mean, I know I can give you some clues. It is in Panama City. It's a beautiful museum. And we go on and say, oh, this is the Biodiversity Museum in Panama City. So after that, what we're going to do is, if we are expected to teach present perfect, simple past, we can ask those questions or use those grammar tenses with this picture. Have you ever been to Panama City? Have you ever been to this Biodiversity Museum? So we can use this and also describe the museum. What do you think about the design? What do you think about the building? Okay, now we have one more. What is this?
Japanese flag.
Excellent, Emily. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can know that I can ask more questions, Emily, about it. But now here is when you are going to use this. What is your city, your country's nickname? So you can say, actually, Medellin is the city of the eternal spring. What about your city? I mean, what about Piura? What about the cities you are from? Anyone can. I mean, you want
anybody,
to share?
please? Anybody?
Okay.
Quito is.
Olenka, good morning.
Good morning, Mauricio. Similar to
you?
you, Trujillo. Fine, we're fine. Trujillo is the city of the spring and also of the marinera. My birthday. Yes.
Yeah. Well,
and where
in
you
Quito.
eat samba on Mondays.
Edison from Quito, yes.
Yes, Quito is called, good morning everyone. Quito is called, nicknamed La Carita de Dios, the God's face.
All right, thank you. So, no, look, we are learning from our partners, from our peers, classmates. This is the idea with these kind of activities. So we can have like, if we are working even on piece, remember, paper-based activities, we can design a chart like this, or also we can do it online. So we can have Raj from Vancouver. Raj, can you tell us about is this Vancouver's nickname and why?
I missed the question, Mauricio.
Okay, yeah, Raj, we're talking about nicknames. And I found out that Vancouver's nickname is the Big Smoke. I just want to double check.
I'm not sure I heard that, but we've been having a lot of smoke because of the fire.
Okay, that's good. I mean, because they say, I found out that I knew that I had a student from Canada. That is why I'm taking this and using this, because I knew that Raj was from Canada, and she, when I asked her a question, she's expected to participate saying yes, no, or I don't know. That is why it's good taking your students in mind. And I knew that she was here, right? Okay, thank you. We have Lima.
Appreciate you asking the question. It helps me engage and pay more attention.
Yeah, and we have Lima, Tegucigalpa, Quito, Santiago, and we already know Quito, Santiago de Chile, Brasilia. We're taking our friends' countries. Now, we have this. I'm gonna go because we need more things to do. Popsicle, here we can. Okay, now here, what place is this? Which country?
The USA?
Hey, Jaime, Olenka is from this beautiful country.
Or city?
No, country. Olenka, Marisa, Glenda.
Peru.
Peru. So
well,
here,
soon it will be
Jaime,
part of the USA.
Goodness, Jaime.
I'm playing the bad student role.
No, be honest. No, just kidding. Okay. Now, you can ask more things about Peru. Look, the borders, Ecuador, Colombia, Brazil. Who is from Cusco? Who is from Loreto? Okay. Now, food. When you're coming to Medellin, you're gonna have this. And you're welcoming.
Bandeja paisa.
Yes. Oh, it's really heavy, but this is bandeja paisa. So here we can practice lots of vocabulary about bandeja paisa.
You don't need.
Sorry. This is for kids, little kids. They love this movie.
Toy Story, you know.
Exactly. Buzz Lightyear. So for sure, your little kids are gonna be extremely excited. Everybody's going to talk, at the same time. And okay, we can have more. And finally, let's see who guesses this one.
Is a Zoom.
Okay, do you recognize Jaime's shoulder?
My goodness.
Yes, it's
Jaime's shoulder.
Mauricio, what have you been doing recently?
No, Jaime, because I do care about my friends, and I knew that I'm taking like this context in my class. So we can check this. Okay, this is our international minutes. Okay, activity number 1. And also at the end of the class, we can have some pictures, good memories. You can have the beautiful Glenda or Lenka. Okay, we were there in Trujillo period. So good memories. And we can ask questions to students about the pictures. Okay, maybe students can say, oh, Mauricio, we didn't know that you were in Peru. When were you in Peru? I mean, more, oh, what is the name of that mountain? Oh, I say, oh, it was Mitzi Mountain in Arequipa, Peru. Okay, this is one thing that you can also, I kind of use to finish my class. Okay, now, I'm working on this kind of, vocabulary, or let's gonna say skills websites. So this is a website in which you're gonna find different categories about vocabulary, explore words, visual words. You go there, you're gonna have the link there, and you go there, and if you want to do it, I mean, you can go and explore to yourself. Also, you can send these to your students. Okay, guys, look, this is a collection of vocabulary guide sites, and you can share with them, with your students. Okay, also, I have this document. It's 30 tips, 50 tips for ELT material writers. They say, be consistent with formatting. So if you use colors, use it kind of the same colors and these pattern of pictures and this. Personalize, that is what I'm doing. If you saw Jaime's shoulder, it's because I'm personalizing materials. I'm using my students' shoulders or my students' pictures. Be well informed about teaching and learning theories. Yes, if I'm doing this activity, I have to look the date, I mean, in which theory it is based. Now, you can conduct a needs analysis, make materials, then teach with the materials and feedback. So you can share, this is the idea, share, which is really difficult for many of us. Sharing resources, I don't know why, but it's quite difficult for teachers to share resources sometimes. And you can share and say, oh, Emily, I'm going to send you this PowerPoint. Can you please check it? Use it with your students. And if you happen to find a mistake, please be honest. I mean, you are my friend, you are my colleague. Just let me know if you find any mistakes. And then make changes as necessary. Yes, I'm gonna also share with you this document and you can use it for your very own materials. Now, okay, but you said, you know, Mauro, I'm not good at drawing. I'm not good at doing these kind of things. You have very, very talented students. You need to identify them and see if it's possible for you to tell them, okay, Mariana, okay, Carolina, I need to have like a picture of the short of your tongue. Can you please do it for me? And they say, yes, teacher, they enjoy it. And as you can see there, I created my very own unit for this program in Caldas, Colombia, and I use a student's picture. And they are gonna be also really proud of themselves because, oh, you know, I drew a beautiful church for my church, and the teacher included in the unit. So this is also good, motivated for students, motivated. And also for exams, when you are designing your exams, why don't you use the pictures you have in the classroom? Even your classroom pictures. Now we are at home, you know, but let's going to use Realia for this kind of, if we have to create exam. And also, audios, the audios, students can record their voices. You can select the one that you identify that they're gonna be more than willing to do so. All right, I have choice boards. This picture, if you identify who is the lady there, who is the teacher, she is Gabriela, our friend from Peru. I happened, to attend a Honduras Health Conference organized by the president, former president Gracia Mendoza in Tegucigalpa, and we can see a great group of teachers there. So again, if you were there, it's good memories for you, I guess. Yeah, Olenka was there. Okay, now choice boards. We're going to use choice boards because remember, choice is the great differentiator that helps to meet the needs of all learners. This is basically the sentence I want to share with you. And I do recommend this video, TED Talk, is Joe Rule's 6 C's, right? So basically, he started talking about the 4 C's, the 21st century learning skill, that creativity, communication, collaboration, critical thinking. But he says, I want to propose the 5th one, that is choice. We are expected to provide our students with choices. Like when you go to a restaurant, if you go to a restaurant, if you see a menu that is really varied in products, in food, oh, you love that because you have different entries, drinks, and everything. But if you have only one dish, it's gonna be like, oh my goodness, I don't want to come here again. So now I have an example of this digital menu that I'm going to send you as well. You're going to have access to this menu. This menu was, I did this activity a long time ago, like 3 years ago, with my students in a project in Caldas, in the Caldas department. So I want to show you the example and also tell you that you can use it in your classes. Let me go back. And I'm not going to give you lots of details about it, but I just want to show you what is a digital menu. Here you have the entries. The students were to present one of the 5 Colombian regions, Amazonian and Andean region, Caribbean region, and then the students also, let me see, no, I opened the wrong. No, this is the menu. Okay, here students selected one of the regions and say, oh, Andean region. So they're going to prepare a presentation about the Andean region. Then they have the choice, an appetizer. They say, okay, guys, you can create a video or you can record audio. So I'm giving choices to students. And then I can say, the beverages are gonna be scrambled words. You're going to work on scrambled words activities, or you're going to design some posters, or also you're going to dress up and present. So what I'm doing now is giving students choices to work on a specific activity. This is basically the main, what a menu is all about. Now, I keep going and I can see here, okay, I want to share with you this that Joe Ross says. He said, the most powerful techniques that always work are 2 loves. Number 1, teacher, we love and passion for the subject. Do we really like teaching English? Do we love teaching English? It's a question that we need to make ourselves. Or it's just because there is nothing else to do. And second one, we are expected to have genuine love for the kids. When they talk about genuine love for the kids, it's love committed to the well-being of the students. So basically, this is the 2 loves he said that we are expected to have when teaching. And then he says, a lesson plan is important. A well-organized, consistent discipline plan is important. Effective use of technology is important, you know that. The standards are important. But what the kids are going to remember the most is caring, that you care about them. This is what he says about 6. Now, here we have another example, choice menu about Colombia, students. This is a tic-tac-toe activity. We have some pictures about it. And here you can say, okay, guys, I did it about Colombia, but you can also do it about Bolivia, about Honduras. It's not only about Colombia. You can adapt this activity. I'm going to send you the document, and you just depend if you are from Peru, if you are from Panama, if you are even from specific state. It's not only about a whole country. What you're going to do is, okay, I'm going to work on festivities about Panama. I'm going to work on festivities in Peru. And you have the students like playing tic-tac-toe. They are expected to select 3 in a row and say, okay, I'm good. We are good at drawing. We are good at this and this and this. So they have to select, and the one in the middle is free. So the free means that they can do what they want to do, or if it's not, if it isn't in the game. All right. Now I have a calendar that I want to share with you also with choices. This is a real September 2020 calendar. In this calendar, students are expected to select one day of the month and write about it. Today is September 27th. So Sunday, they say, if you were to ever meet an alien, I would. So this is the assignment for today. There is also one about October. You can say, okay, guys, next week is going to be October the 5th. Everybody is going to select October the 5th. And, oh, you have a week, October 5th to October the 9th. Select one day and write about it. Or let's talk about it. Give a short speech about it. And finally, we have the homework choice board. So you can also assign and provide students with 3 choices. Okay, guys, next week, you have 3 choices to complete your homework. It's good because the students, oh, okay, I don't want to complete this kind of exercise. I want to do this more because I feel more comfortable. As long as you are, you are aligned with your standards, with your goals, it's gonna be okay. And okay, this is the summary of, we have choice, creativity, communication, collaboration, critical thinking, and caring. All right, it was in Universidad de Caldas, another class that I had there. This is the website for kids that also you're gonna get the link. This is a collection of websites for little kids. Okay, before going on, okay, I have this number activity, and then okay, in this activity, we have this 12M in a Y. Students, you are going to find out what is M and what is Y in the sentence. Who wants to do it? Let's see who wants to try it and say what is M and what is Y.
A man.
May.
12, yes.
May.
Okay.
The
Months, months, yeah.
12 months. 12 months in a year.
12 months in a year.
Exactly. Good. Here, what we're going to do is, okay, guys, we can have a survey. Now, what kind of survey? I say, okay, Olenka, when's your birthday? Olenka?
October 8th. October 8th.
October?
October.
Okay, October. Jaime, what about you?
8th.
July. Mauricio is May. So we can have a survey now, and at the end of the class, we can see, what is the month, the most common month, for birthdays in our class. So this is one activity that you can use as well. And we can go and we can design more. Okay, this was about months. We have one, 26 L in the A.
26 letters in the
alphabet.
Exactly, and all right. Then we have 20 S in V. Okay, I'm gonna give you a clue. The capital is Caracas.
States in Venezuela.
24 states in Venezuela.
States in Venezuela.
Excellent. So now we're learning also about Venezuela. We didn't know that. Okay, we have more. And okay, this 100 Y in a C, in a C.
100 years in a century.
Exactly, Emil. And here, what we can do is, I want to take advantage of this and review this pronunciation pattern, which is quite, sometimes. Okay, guys, by the way, century, and you also pronounce adventure, actually, so you can use one slide, and I always say, one slide can last 5 minutes, 50 minutes, 5 hours, it's up to you. It all depends on you. Now, 10P in C, Raj. This is for Raj.
Canada. Provinces.
Raj.
The provinces.
Yeah, exactly. Provinces. Let's see whether or not Raj is a geography savvy. Raj, 10 provinces in Canada.
Provinces in Canada, 10 provinces. Yeah, that's why I thought I said Canada.
Raj, can you tell us which province are you from? What province are you from?
I'm from British Columbia, but I've also lived in Ontario.
Interesting. If we had more time, we can have Raj speak more about Canada, about more the provinces, the capitals, and so on. The 5, the 5 census, 5B in New York City, 5. Why I'm using this? Because here I'm going to practice the pronunciation that is quite weird for many people, that is Britain, Clinton, Newton, this kind of pronunciation. Next, The 7 W of the AW. Uy, the 7. Oh, I'm gonna help you. The 7 wonders of the Asian world. And now we have the 7 W of the MW.
Mother world. The 7 wonders of Mother world.
Remember, we have Chichen Itza, Colosseum. And I can ask students, is one of these wonders part of your bucket list, or have you ever been there? Did you go there? I mean, you can use any kind of grammar things. And finally, we can have this. Okay, we can design our task for our country, from Peru, from Costa Rica, Panama, and say, guys, the 7 W of CR, the 7 wonders of Costa Rica. And this is gonna be homework. All is gonna work in the groups and decide what are the 7 wonders of Costa Rica. And then we can have many things, write about it, speak, and we created our very own 7 wonders of Costa Rica.
A project, it can be a group project.
Edison, yeah. It can, could be a task, only a week, but I should say, Edison, is a project could be like for a month, 2 months, a year. Yeah, thank you about it.
But you are also developing the knowledge about the country and also developing self-esteem and proud of knowing the country that they are living or they were born at.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, and you know, that makes me think about like what we have been doing in our meetings. We have been talking about happiness, empathy, caring, and this is the way that I personally care about my students, or I'm happy about it. Just sharing or having these activities for the students and care about their countries, about their places, about their names. And thank you about that comment. Yeah. And here, Jaime, remember that? Jaime, are you there?
Yeah, when these beautiful people from La Amazonia University welcome us, dancing for us. And we felt like kings and queens.
Especially you, Jaime is really famous up, down there. And Jaime is like, you know, everybody wants to talk to Jaime, and the news is like recording Jaime. Yeah, Jaime, you know that.
Thank you, Mauricio.
Oh, it's the first time I see Jaime shy. Hey, Jaime. All right, here, more grammar resources. Yeah, right.
I wanted to mention one point. It also helps us see where each person is from, the diversity and the excitement about sharing from where you're from. Yeah. You're so inclusive about, you know, including all the people. So that's what I'm valuing very much right now.
Thank you, right. All right, now, I want to share with you another, like, let's say, guideline that I follow or I use in my resources, that is the picture superiority effect. Why you have seen a lot of pictures in my resources? This is one of the reasons I want to share with you this video clip. Right, so this is why when you are going to use a lot of pictures, or even myself, we have some support from theory. And we can explore more about this topic, but I just want to let you know the name at least, and we can read more about it. And that is why I'm using a lot of pictures. Now, okay, what I'm doing these days, as you can see, I mean, I love board games, but I used to play board games with my students face to face. And now it's quite impossible, difficult to play board games. So what I've been doing is I decided to, not all, but some of the board games that I have, I'm trying to make it like more technological board game. So I want to show you this board game is called Dribbon. And now I know that I can't play those board games with my students, at least for the rest of the year, hopefully next year. So what I'm doing is making this experiment and say, let's see how it works. I'm gonna share with you what I've been doing. Okay, the idea is that one of you, my students, my friends, this is the question you're going to practice. What do A, B, and C, this, and this have in common? So the question is, Jaime, can you ask the question using Panda, Teddy, and Polar?
What do
Panda,
Teddy, and Polar have in common?
So who wants to answer?
They are bears.
Exactly. So here we have bears. And based on the picture superiority effect, it's better if you have a panda, teddy, and polar bear picture that not just saying panda, polar. Imagine something in your head about panda, teddy, and polar. Now, this is the example. Okay, I use my students, I use you to give the examples. You know that I'm going to do everything. Now, I have the example here. So, Emily, I'm going to roll this die and you're gonna say stop when you want.
Stop.
Stop. That means that Emily is going to answer this question. What do Rosario, Salta, and Mendoza have in common?
They are cities in Colombia or in Argentina.
Yeah. Exactly. Don't say, no, Emily, you don't know anything about geography. No, at least Emily said before, cities in Colombia. I didn't say, no. I have to control myself and say, wait, Emily. So, not in Colombia, but Emily didn't say, in Argentina. So, here's an example. What do Esmeraldas, Imbabura, Manabi have in common? So, Edison, can you talk more about these departments in Ecuador?
They are not departments, they are provinces.
Okay, that's fine. This is what I said before. You need to try your materials and then don't be disappointed or sad. No, I'm going to edit and say, oh, by the way, I learned that they are in departments, they are provinces. Thank you.
What I do, Mauricio, when I make a mistake, I say, I did it on purpose because I wanted somebody, to correct the info, but I did it on purpose.
I wanted you to give me the answer.
Yes, Edison.
Because I am human.
What do delta, so copy, and beta have in common?
These are teachers associations.
You have the answer. Okay, yeah, this is the idea with the example. And then you can add pictures to some of the things, categories that I think that are more relevant maybe than, okay, we have a map of Ecuador, and I say, Edison, where do you live? Which province?
I live in the province of Pichincha.
So we have to, what is Pichincha? So Edison, what is Pichincha?
Pichincha is on the northern part of the Andean region of Ecuador.
Yes, and also Edison is expected to say, as an example, say between.
It's between Imbabura, Napo, Santo Domingo, and Esmeraldas.
Excellent. Look.
It's the province in green.
Yeah, what is in color.
Now I know why we have a Pichincha bank.
In dark
color.
I can say, no, Mauro, but my students are really basic students. Don't worry, you can ask colors. Even how do you spell Pichincha? This is basic questions. Now we have some pictures. Delta, so copy, beta. Okay, what about this? What do Glenda, Olenka, and Marisa have in common?
They are intelligent.
Yeah, they are beautiful Ecuadorian ladies.
No.
No, yes, it's on purpose. They are beautiful what? Colombian ladies. Teacher. Olenka, you have to say, no, teacher, stop. You make a mistake. Olenka,
Peruvian ladies.
We are Peruvian.
Olenka is supposed to react. Okay, anyways.
Teacher, we are Peruvian.
Exactly, thank you. So we have Lago Coatepeque, Tazumal, Suchipato. Maybe you don't know about it. It's about landmark in El Salvador. Here also, you are expected to use realia. If you happen to have these cards, huge cards, you can use them to let the students, what are these, in case you have the cards. Now here we have the pictures, mathematics, one more. Sol, Real, Colón,
Yeah, kind of currencies. Kind of currency.
Yes, exactly. So these are the examples, even the movie writers, I made a mistake. Okay, now Brazil, the Smarts, for kill. The last one, ceviche, lomo salado, ají de gallina.
Those are Peruvian dishes.
Exactly. So we can have, I can say, it's an example. I can say, Marisa is going to talk about ceviche, Olenka about lomo salado and jame ají de gallina. It's an example if we have time. So, but, and then I have the pictures about that. All right. So Jaime, let's gonna have a short, no break, but I'm going to prepare the other. Any comment you can ask? Maybe you can provide some suggestions about the activities and which ways you are going to use them and so on. So, Jaime, the floor
Any question, anybody? I have questions and comments, but I would like other people to make their own questions or comments. Anybody, okay. Anywhere? Yes.
Yeah, something similar. Sorry, can I? Yeah. Yeah, and I did something with my students. What is called the Treasures of Ecuador. But they didn't have, but what I asked them to do is not to show the biggest or the most known places in Ecuador, but small places to be treasures. They should be hidden. So they had to make a project, like a booklet and a PowerPoint presentation or a Prezi for showing little things, places where not many people knew about Ecuador, for example, Olón. So they didn't have to, they were, the Galapagos, Quito, Cuenca, and Guayaquil were not allowed to be present. They had to find other places for them to research well and to have, as Raj said, to be proud of their places. So. And also they had to use their grandma's recipes for food, for example. So apart from the places, also a food from that place, the grandma's food, the grandma's recipes. That was my project, and it can complement perfectly with this idea of places.
Thank you, Edison. Yeah, thank you for sharing your insights about it. Next activity is going to be hidden places. Hidden places. Remember that my presentation is based more on geography, but you can also select other topics. But this is why I selected this, because I knew that you were from different places. We are from different countries in Latin America. Now, we have this. We have 9 boxes. And then you're going to select, based on your topic, you're going to choose 9 questions. Personal information questions, simple, past, present, perfect, future, anything, geography, chemistry question, what is the chemical symbol of gold, anything, you can do it. So now we have, it's an example. I can say, okay, this is my list of questions. I have it on my paper. And then I'm going to say, let's say, Jaime, select,
yes, teacher.
Select one box, pick a box.
9.
So Jaime, what is the capital of Argentina?
Buenos Aires, teacher.
Okay, Jaime guesses, and I open a box. All right, Edison, now please pick one.
3.
3, Edison, what is the capital of Colombia?
Bogota.
Exactly. Now, Edison, you have 5 seconds. I forget to give that 5 seconds to Jaime. Sorry.
No, he's very smart. He's very smart. He doesn't need.
Okay, Edison, 5 seconds to guess where was this picture taken?
Maybe in front of the Nariño Palace.
No, you know, Edison. Okay, let's go into. I want to open it now. I guess, if I'm not mistaken, is the place where our Jaime is from.
Yes, Piura, the Square Garden, the square, the principal square.
Okay. This is an example. And then if we happen to have students or, you are from Piura, we can tell you, please tell us more about Piura, where is Piura located? Jaime, in 20 seconds, tell us more about Piura.
Well, this is the most beautiful, one of the most beautiful spots in my city is the Plaza de Armas, that's what we call it. And this is the statue called Pola. They say that it was created because of the girlfriend of Simón Bolívar from Venezuela. And this is our principal church. And Piura is very famous because of these trees, algarrobos. And because of the eternal heat we have, it's a very hot city in the middle of the desert.
Hey, thank you.
Thank
Jaime,
you, teacher. Thank you, teacher.
We learned a lot about Piura. So we should go to Piura next year.
Please, next year.
Okay, here I have extra info about Piura. Now, I'm gonna just open it and let's see who guesses. What is that?
It's a crater in Colombia.
Oh no, Glenda, you know, it is in Costa Rica. It's a beautiful place, but yeah.
What is it called?
Yes.
Looks like a lake.
This is Poás volcano in Costa Rica.
Costa Rica.
Yes, and then we can have a student read this and get more info about it. We have one more. Who has been there? I haven't been there. Central America. Nobody. So it is
familiar
Antigua,
here.
Antigua, Guatemala. Yeah. One more.
Colombia.
This is about Araceli Salas in Mexico.
Puebla.
Yes.
Puebla.
Puebla. Yeah.
Puebla.
Exactly. So this is one more. Remember, this one has more numbers. You can see 18 questions that you can ask in your classes, and the students select the number, and then you can give them 5 seconds to guess the picture. I mean, you can, okay. What you can do is quite easy. You are going to come here, change picture, you change the image, select the one. You can, I mean, you're working, let's say you are working on animals. Come here, click, and you say, we're going to talk the Andean condor. Now, we're gonna play, not with Puebla, Mexico, but with the Andean condor. I mean, this picture it wasn't that good because of the resolution, but it's just to give you an example how easy it is for you to change the pictures and use it as a warm-up in the middle of the class at the end, and you can practice many things, numbers, colors, shapes. I mean, the sky is the limit for this kind of activities. So let's see, this was another activity I wanted to share with you. Anyone from Colombia, please, you are really quiet. Tell us something. No? Or invite us to come to Colombia, invite your friends, anything you want to say. Guys from Colombia, don't be shy.
Anybody? Any country?
Julie. How are you, Julie? All right, let's go. Julie, you want to say something?
No, I was going to say that I was very concentrated on the links and everything about that.
Julie, you have been always a great student since you were in Antioquia Bilingual 10 years ago. All right, now, Realia. I'm really in favor of using Realia now. No, everything is that bad. I know we are going through a difficult situation, tough situation, but what we need to do now is take advantage of being at home, students being at home. If you are going, I have said that many times, if you are going, spending a lot of money to go to Canada, to the States, and you pay a lot of money to go to an immersion program there, to study English, you go there and you want to learn every single thing. Hoy, ¿cómo se dice esto? ¿Cómo se dice esto? But now, we can use our class, our houses, our students' houses to promote the vocabulary learning through Realia. I want to show you an example. I'm teaching little kids now. So this is one of the most common topics we are expected to teach, colors. And I say, okay, I have some flashcards. Here. And I say, what can I do? Because now we are teaching online. And what I did was to say, okay, I'm going to take advantage of having these flashcards and teaching the colors, but I'm going to use some strategies. You know, Professor Ford says that there isn't a magical strategy to learn vocabulary, but learners are expected to be provided with a lot of vocabulary learning strategies. So that what I'm going to do today is show you 4 ways we can teach, we can provide students with different strategies. Now, example number 1, spelling. So remember that the flashcards we have, I'm going to work only with one object from the flashcard. Then you're going to find spelling. We have scrambled words, pictures, and realia. Number one, what we're going to do is listen.
F-O-R-K. 2. C-A-R-N-A-T-I-O-N. 3. B-A.
Okay, this was an example. How you going to use spelling. Then this was a way to provide a student with a strategy, just listening. The second one
L-L-O.
is going to be scrambled words. Okay, which one is this? Let's go into find it out.
Basketball.
Exactly. Why I have the arrows here? Because when you are, this is my advice. No, it was a professor's advice. Professor Isastri Núñez. She told us, please, when you do these kind of activities, keep the first and the last letter in their position. Otherwise, it's going to be crazy and more difficult for the students, even for you, because when you aren't ready, you say, oh my goodness, what is that word? You don't remember. So that's a tip. Keep the first and the last letter where they are. Now, what is this from the purple one?
Balloon.
Exactly. Number 3. Number 3. From this picture?
Carnation.
Yes. Number 4?
Carnation.
Exactly. Thank you.
Fork.
Number 5. Number 5?
Strawberry.
Exactly. So now we have spelling. We have scrambled words because maybe, oh, teacher, I love this strategy. That means that you're going to have more kind of these activities. Now, finish. Okay. Number 3, pictures. You say, okay, I'm going to use pictures and I'm going to have the pictures. But number 4 is the one that I love the most is realia. Realia is having a real balloon here. Balloon. I also have a real basketball. You know, I have some carnations.
Oh, you have carnations.
Marisa, Olenka, Glenda.
Thank you. Thank you. One for me too.
I have this. Also,
thank you. Thank you, Mauro.
I have, Julie too. Okay, I have, and Marlene, okay. Fork. I have a fork and I have a real strawberry. So that is why I say, take advantage of being at home. What about your students? We can say, they could be little kids or adults. Okay, guys, for next week, what you're going to, okay, this week color was pink. For next week, every one of you is expected to show us something pink you have at home. So they're gonna show you Mickey Mouse, they're gonna show you many things they had at home, and they go, oh, teacher, this is my Mickey Mouse. Or I mean, if you are teenager or adult, oh, teacher, this is, I don't know, something like that. So changes, but they are showing something that it is at their place, right? This is the number 4, realia. Okay, this is another class that I have. This is another strategy that I wanted to share with you, the use of realia. But when you say, you know, Mauro, but there is a problem, big problem. I say, what? You know, this activity is supposed to be done online, but my students, they don't have internet connection, you know, I know that. So that is why this activity can be designed also on paper-based. So you have this, name, date, group. And then you can say, okay, guys, Next week is gonna be dining room objects. I can give an example. I have napkins, I have coasters, placemats. Or you can say, okay, for next class, choose a category. And they say, oh, teacher, can I select my room or my neighborhood? You say, yes. So if students, they have two options. They can take pictures, but they don't have cell phones, they don't have these devices, that's okay. What they can do is draw. So you can say, please select a category, and if you don't have cameras, we know that, please draw. If you can color the pictures, that's okay. So you can see that how this technological activity, because it's PowerPoint, it's pictures, can also be done like free. When I say free, because you say, okay, look, go out in your neighborhood and see maybe animals. In all neighborhoods, there are cats, dogs, these kind of things, and they love that. So they have to draw a dog, a cat, and these activities, in this case, is for maybe for little kids. What about for adults? Yeah, you're going to say, okay, please go, I don't know, select one place of your house and draw, or why? Because now this is the chance we have, believe, to teach or for students to learn vocabulary. Why? Because when we are going back to schools, it's going to be quite difficult to take a pillow to the school, to take a bed, to take this, but now they are at home. It's like when you study with picture dictionaries, you see the beautiful room with everything. But when you are face-to-face teaching, then what is the way you teach a spoon or a stove, microwave, pictures? But now they are at home, and this is one strategy that I encourage you, if you haven't done it now, please use Realia in our class, in your classes, right? So while I drink something.
Yes, drink something, Mauricio. You are giving us a lot of very useful and wonderful pieces of information. People in Facebook Live, they ask you what ages can they use those activities for, and that they can create other things starting from your ideas. So anybody has a question or a comment? I'm learning a lot.
What I'm saying is that, I used to teach more teenagers and adults, and I use these activities with them. But now that I'm taking part in this project in Medellin, my students, I'm co-teaching with teachers, of course. They are transition, pre-K, first, second, and I have been adapting these activities with them, and they have worked out. So I can say that now I say, remember who said that never is never? Don't say never. Who said that maybe last week? I remember something about don't say that something.
Never say never.
Exactly, never say never. I say never. Okay, you say no. Before starting with this project, I say, oh, let's see how these activities work with these extremely little kids, and they have been working out. So that is why I encourage you at least to have the template and change the pictures. Just change the vocabulary. Remember the map? We have the Ecuadorian map with Edison. Edison said something really advanced, but then if you say, no, Edison is just starting their English class, we say, Edison, what color is the state of Pichincha? How do you spell Pichincha? Something like that, so we can level.
Adapt.
And also, remember,
we can adapt.
Remember that our students, in general, they have few hours of English, only 1, 2. So why don't we try to provide students with materials that care about them, about their cities, about their houses, about their families, even including their names in the exercises, because we are used to have Tom Smith and but what about Santiago and their last names in those kind of sentences? All right, now I have another activity that it was, I did it long time ago. When I say long time ago, it was 5 years ago, but now I look for different activities and I found it really interesting. Okay, it was in Quibdó, where Harold, our friend here, he is from Quibdó. Quibdó is the capital of Chocó. It's a Colombian department next to Antioquia. So I worked in a project sponsored by the U.S. Embassy in Colombia called Forest Quibdó. This is San Pacho festivities. San Pacho is, the most important festivities there in Chocó. They're really fun, dance. Okay, wonderful. Now, here we have the exercise. Look what we can do. We're going to spot the differences. You can provide students with keywords on the left, on the right, my house, your house, her house, his house, Catalina's house, Jeronimo's house. It's up to you which content point you have to review. Here we have, okay, I provided example. I say, guys, let's gonna take these pictures and then you're gonna change something. So this was the example I gave to the students, the teachers, they were teachers. And now I say, homework for next class, using your classrooms, your families, you are going to take 2 pictures, but with differences. So next week, send the pictures to me, sorry, before Saturday. And then I'm going to create a PowerPoint and your friends are going to spot the differences. So it was the picture by Albeiro. So you can see the ladies, one was sitting there, next, you can see the differences. Now, this picture was created by Fanny. So it was a family. I don't know how to say, okay, guys, this is homework for next time. Please help me with my homework. And everybody's going to be sitting here and then you're gonna change. And they did it. Look, you can see some differences. And here, it's with a pencil, without the pencil, and more. Look, the lady was there in the middle, behind. You can also practice with clothes. Exactly, Jaime, thank you. And then, more. Okay, here what I want you to tell you is that now, if it's possible, assign this activity. Guys, take a picture, I don't know, of your dog, here and here, of your cat, your family, your parents, in the park. But it's one activity that is worth trying. All right. This was for Skip Though, it was 2012, so long time ago, and now look how this activity can work nowadays. The Lion and the Mouse breaks at Universidad Tecnológica de Chocó. I had a lot of fun there. Emoji, this is an activity that is aligned, super aligned with our students' likes, and even our likes. In this emoji, I provided a definition of emoji, let's talk about emojis and more and more. And now, okay, you are going to guess, students, you send this emoji every single minute, every single hour. Please let me know if you happen to know the meaning in English. For example, number 1.
Oh, a kiss or a kiss.
Exactly, blowing a kiss. You have, oh my goodness, oh my gosh.
Sending my love.
Price.
Exactly. So, some people think that I did this bye-bye. And they say, no, this is hugging, no bye-bye. Sorry.
Smiling.
Thinking, what I'm gonna do next week, what I'm gonna do next Sunday. Yes. Okay, here you go. You keep quickly, but
party.
After that, you can have extra activities. Okay, one extra activity, remember, if you are going to have students don't have connection, they don't have, you can create a worksheet, a learning guide for students who couldn't attend classes, online classes. Oh, I have a memory game. I'm gonna share with you this template. Okay, number 1 and number 9. No, Julie, it wasn't a pair. So concentrate. Olenka says, Olenka, 2 numbers, please.
12 and 20.
12 and 20.
Yeah.
Oh, Olenka, sorry. You keep going. Olenka wasn't concentrated. Okay, now, you can also have this activity on Word Wall and the same activity, but now online. In case, you say the principal says, okay, guys, okay, you also need to send parents, you also need to send children from websites. This activity was exactly designed, taking into account the same pictures we saw in class. That means that students who couldn't attend our virtual class, they are not in disadvantage because they are studying the same concepts, the same pictures that we studied in our class. Then I have I love this website. It's a emoji generator. So look, what we're going to do is we're going to create a story. And I say, okay, I'm going to say Olenka, Juliana, and Edison because these are the ones I'm looking at here at the camera. Okay, Olenka, I'm going to show an emoji and you're going to start a story. Then Juliana continues, then Edison, and so on. Olenka, let's begin with this emoji.
Okay. A cat is walking in the street.
And then Julie?
Oh my goodness, he was walking on the street and he saw like a big bus or no, something like that.
Rain.
And he was going to cross the street.
Then
once it was going to cross the street, he saw on the other side, he saw a camel.
Glenda, a happy ending, please. Glenda.
Okay. The camel was thirsty and the cat was thirsty and they all gathered under the tap and drank some water and became friends.
Lovely.
Julius. So you have this. Look, yeah, you can. Please, you have the link for this, and you can also go and cut and paste and create. You know, Mauro, my students are really basic students. That's okay, because you can create your handout only with a cat. And the students are expected to write what is that, describe the cat one by one. All right, and I'm going to finish that 2 minutes with the last activity for today. This is one that I want to do now, right now, before going. Okay. Now, this is the one that I want to share. It will take only 3 minutes. Okay. Remember that when you are doing activities in class, it's a good idea that you are doing something and you have a reason why you're doing that. It's not only because your principal is going to say, oh, why are you doing this, Christy? Or what are you doing this, Jaime? No, because also because you need to know the reason behind that. Okay. There is a theory that is called 10-2 theory that is more used in science, but we can adapt it to our field of English, teaching English. So they say, for every 10 minutes or so of some, they say meaningful chunks of information. If you're teaching 10 minutes, then please provide students with 2 minutes to review those concepts, to do, let's say, more fun activities. So in this case, we say, okay, if we taught 20 minutes, let's gonna have break for 5 minutes with a memory game, with any kind of activity that could be different from that chunk of information that you provide. So in that sense, I'm going to give you 2 activities that I usually do in this part of, after that chunk of information that I provided. Okay, let's gonna have this activity with acrostics. Okay, I'm gonna give you the letter, and let's see who guesses what is this word. Show it, always sweet. Never enough.
Candy.
Delicious. Exactly, candy. All right, look. Then we have a picture. Oh, my students are little kids. They are going to say, how many kids are there? How many candies? What is your favorite candy? But I say, you know, Mauro, I have really businessman. How I'm going to use this picture with businessman? Okay, you can say, would you open a candy store in your neighborhood? This is a really advanced question. That means that you can use this activity with also high advanced students. Now, what about this one? Hey, Santa Marta, Colombia. Up in the 30s. More time.
Summer.
Exactly, Ruben. Yeah, summer. So here, Ruben says summer. And then I have another picture. As you can see, this picture could be about what? Okay, I can say, Ruben, can you please describe the picture? I mean, in our class, we are speaking or using present progressive. So Ruben is expected to describe the picture using they are doing, they are playing, you know? Now, another high advanced question could be, let's compare. In Peru, in Colombia, do we have picnics like this one? Do you have barbecues like this one? Oh my goodness, you need a good vocabulary and structures to speak about it. Now, the last one, mountainous. Excellent transportation, I think. Dozen of malls.
Medellin.
Yes. Yeah, so this is Medellin. the city, you are more than welcome to visit next year. So remember, you coming to, ya saben, Barrio Buenos Aires, where Mauricio lives. This is gonna be your hotel, right? Okay, this is Medellin, and I can say, debate. Oh my goodness, this is a debate. Is Medellin the best city to live in Colombia? If you have a person from Bogota and from Medellin, this debate is gonna last for a year, many years, but it's good because you're defending your point of view. I'm not saying that Medellin is the best. And this flower festival is in August. So August also. Okay, now, again, Mauro, my students don't have internet. Look, I'm sharing this link because you can create, look, we have Candy, Medellin, Olenka, Villavicencio is if it wasn't considered, no, because Olenka is part of our class. Summer, we can say Marixa, Glenda, Julie, Marlene, all, Ruben, everybody. Medellin, and you can say, guys, write only one word or sentences longer. Also, the last is this. Okay, I have these code crackers that is taken from these cards. I just did it. Okay, we have, what is the number one? Movie. Who said that?
Movie star.
Movie star.
Number two.
Milkshake.
Yes. Number three. Oh, number three.
Rocking horse. Yeah.
Okay, number four.
Ice.
Ice. No, ice.
Is
Ice.
Rain? No, this is rain. Rain.
Rainbow.
Rainbow.
Teacher, what is rocking horse? And sometimes, depending on the level, it's quite difficult that they understand that, even if you use English slow. Okay, what I'm going to do is, after that, I provide pictures again. Movie star, milkshake, rocking horse, rainbow, and we have more. Remember that you're going to explore when I send you this to you. And select the ones. All right, catalog, Tinkerbell, and this one, down the line. Okay, now we have this, and more reading resources. You're gonna have the link. When you finish this presentation, I do recommend something that maybe Monica or Gustavo did some weeks ago. At the end, I can tell you guys, can you please help me to complete this handout, or you can do it on a piece of paper. I say, guys, we're not going to do it now. But I say 3 important things you found out in this meeting. This, and this. Yeah, you can say, oh, I found out that some activities that I thought were only for adults can be implemented. Is an example. Okay, please, 2 activities you think you can implement in your classes. Oh, this and this. And questions I still have. So maybe you say, oh, I'm just wondering if I can use this. I'm wondering if I can use Realia because maybe my students don't have this. Okay. It's a question that is kind of feedback also for me. So this is like a way to summarize not only meetings, but also reading comprehension. You say, you read a short paragraph, say, tell me 3 characters in the passage. 2 characteristics of the main character. And then a question that I might ask to the author. Maybe could be, all right. And references. Then I say something that when you finish your class, you have to finish maybe with a sentence like this. Okay, Emily, can you please read this cartoon? I love English. And you say?
You were wonderful. You were great. See you next class. And don't be late.
Okay.
Right.
Well, if you were late, I didn't mean that, but it was just, all right. And next, say, that's all, folks. And looking forward to seeing you here in Medellin, Colombia. There is a direct flight, Lima, Medellin, so no excuses. No, just kidding. But anyway, all right. Anyway, so yeah, you're more than welcome to come to Colombia, of course, but also to Medellin. My house is your house. My house is your house, and your relative's house, and your friend's house, everybody. Okay? Thank you so much.
Mauricio Arango, I am speechless. You said that you never saw me so quiet as today, but I just felt like if I were in front of a magician, taking out and getting out and showing us so many great marvelous ideas. Now I understand why you have so many followers all over Latin America, and especially here in Peru. People saying, great. Doris Garcia says, great. Liliana Rosa says, great idea. Georgelina says, que lindas ideas. Gracias, amazing. We love you. You are the best. We love you. So everybody loves you now, Mauricio, more than ever before.
Yes.
So you say how many ideas I got?
Yes.
I got like 13 new ideas, starting from your ideas
Yes.
that I'm going to use in my webinar, and also ideas
In your
that I have
classroom.
taken, and on my classroom too, that I have taken from
Jaime,
Edison.
Yes.
Jaime, I told you that he escaped. I say, oh my goodness, where is Jaime? He escaped.
Yeah, I was speechless because I was thinking, wow, why I never thought about that? Why Mauricio knows that and I don't? Why?
You know, I do care about everybody in our meetings, even the one that just joined today from Colombia, and that is why I thought about having your names, having your countries, because first of all, I love geography. I love traveling. And also because I want you to feel what is it like to see your name, your country, your food there. So maybe that is the feeling that your kids, your students are going to have when they have these kind of activities.
Mauricio, yeah, many people in Facebook Live says thank you to you. Thank you very much for sharing, says Doris. Neri Lopez, thank you so much. Rosemary de la Cruz, excellent idea, thanks. Great presentation, Diana says. So you can feel blessed, dear Mauricio, because you have lightened up many ideas today, and thank you very much. I'm sure some people want to say thank you to you. We have like 5 more minutes. Anybody who wants to make a comment?
One thing, where can I say something? Okay, thank you, Mauricio. Essentially, as I have said, we love when somebody gives us some theoretical background on many things, but you did something practical at the same time, and you did both things today. Okay, we have something you said, something you do, you actually do, and some things that work, because and then you can get some reliability, because those are things that work, because you show that you did this 8 years ago or 5 years ago and they still work. It's because you're taking into account the student's experience and background, and that's always the more you connect with your students, the better for their internalizing of the language. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jason. I did like your presentation. I learned a lot from it as well.
Mauricio, Mauro, thank you very much. I mean, we are all in this together, and I have like I'm very thankful for all the links. It was like a record, like, okay, how much can I share in an hour? And here you are, and here you are, and here you are. So it's been wonderful. And I have, I don't know, we are aligned. I also agree with all the things you have said, why we should do these things, the rationale behind all the ideas that you have shared. It was beautiful. Thanks a lot. And I am very hopeful, fingers crossed, that then we can fly and visit Medellin, which is in my bucket list. And it's been for a while. And for the Flower Festival, which is the thing I want to go and see.
And as I told you before, maybe no later than Tuesday, I'm going to create like a Google Drive folder, and all of you are going to have access. So if I forget something, say, oh, Mauro forgot this, just let me know. Don't be shy. Say, Mauro, you forgot the activity about, I don't know, something like that. So,
yes, of course.
Anybody else? We have 1 more minute.
I just wanted to say thank you. I don't have my picture that everybody can see because my internet connection is low, so I don't want to get the risk of losing the connection. But I just wanted to say thank you, because yes, a lot of activities, and of course, a theoretical framework behind, which is also very important. But what was amazing for me was the possibility of jumping from little kids to high school and adults. Actually, I'm teaching adults right now. So thank you. I'm going to steal some of your ideas, Mauricio. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you. Thank you.
I've already stolen all of them here.
Oh, Jaime, without permission.
Mauro, I'd like to say something. So then thank you very much. Okay, first of all. But I totally agree with you, especially with some like, I had like some words in my mind now, like personalization that you emphasized a lot. That's basic. Adaptability, because you're going from kids to adults and so on, and you have done that. And all of that successfully, right? So then it is very important to be able to be there, and creativity. We are nothing without creativity, without personalizing what we do. And the last one, okay, having all the time in mind the goal, right? And that is what you mentioned. So then thank you very much really for the inspiring webinar, for the inspiring ideas.
Thank you.
Totally sure we are going to implement them soon as possible. Okay, thank you, my friend. Thank you.
I want to see you there in Peru or in Colombia.
Well, I will be in your house because your house is my house, as you said. I'll be there. I promise, and I'm not kidding, Mauricio, and I'll be there next year. Well, after so many people from different countries, next Sunday we will have somebody from Peru, finally. Olenka will be presenting, and then after Olenka will be Beatriz from Bolivia, and then Skip from the USA, Skip Gold. And finally, the last Sunday of October, we will be discussing, reflecting, and thinking about what we can do in our schools, in our institutes, in Peru, in Mexico, in Bolivia, ideas about what's going on in Latin America and what we can do. Thank you one more time, Mauricio Arango. Final words for you, and say goodbye, Mauricio.
Okay, I'm really happy about being here and sharing with you what I have been doing, and yeah, count on me. I mean, just count on me if you have any questions about one specific activity, and also look for help. I mean, if we aren't good at designing, look for a colleague, student, family member that help us to design. If you are not good at drawing, or I mean, we are together in this situation, and look for help.
Well, Glenda Gallardo is very good at hanging hearts.
Glenda.
I don't know where she got 2 hearts, because everybody has one, but she has 2 hearts.
A Peruvian
okay.
and a Colombian heart.
Wow.
Gracias, Mauricio.
Okay, as usual, Ruben, it's time to go and cook.
Yes, now I cook. Yeah.
Hi, Ruben.
Okay,
Thank you very much, Mauricio.
Thank you very much, Mauricio, Marta, Olenka, Edison, Juan, Emily, Glenda, Rubén, Ana María,
Mauro,
Ernesto, Cristi, Juliana, Madame Reyes, Lucas, Harold, Mauricio, Luz Marlene, Marisa Huacho, Katia Murguía, Fon, Irma, Mauricio, and everyone in Facebook Live. Thank you very much. See you next Sunday with Olenka Villavicencio from Peru.
See you next Sunday. I hope you're there. All right. Bye, Mauricio. Thank you very much. Bye, Jaime.
Bye, bye, bye. Bye. Take care. Take care.
Stay safe, my friends. Stay safe.
Don't go, Mauricio. Please stay. We are going to drink some pisco. You and me.
I think he prefers Inca Cola.
No. First pisco. First pisco.
And then
Only Mauricio and me, and a ceviche.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
Yeah, bye, everyone. Let me stay alone.
Bye. Yeah, Marta, thank you.
Mauricio, next time, Mauricio, next time.
Don't do that to me.
I will send it. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Mauricio.
Bye, Jaime.
Bye.
Bye, Jaime. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Nice to see you all.
Bye.
Hey, Sunday.
You may go and cook.
You may cook. No, I'm not going to cook.
Yeah. Muchas gracias, Mauricio. No, de veras, yo no me había percatado que estaba callado, pero espérate, we are recording.